The all-new 22 Civic, now on sale at Team Honda on Siegen Lane.
Good morning. It is Friday. Can you believe it? We've made it to a Friday. It is 9:15 on 9 News Now, and it is July 16th. And that's a big deal because today we are going to learn the names of who won the Shot at a Million vaccine campaign, the first winners of that drawing. We're going to get to that in a minute, but I really need to let you know that at 11 a.m. we're expecting to hear from Governor John Bel Edwards, and that is because he's holding a news conference today, a COVID news conference, and we have not heard from the governor in quite a while, actually. He hasn't held a COVID news conference in a while because our numbers were going down. We had moved out of the phases where we had the mask mandate and we had those limited restrictions. So he is expected to hold that news conference at 11 a.m. and we're going to try to stream that for you here on WAFB Plus. If you missed that or you can't catch that live, we're going to bring you the takeaways from that at 9 News at noon. So stay with us. We're expecting updates about the state's response to COVID-19, the rapid rate of the Delta variant going around, which we had talked about this morning. The rate of that, Our Lady of Lourdes in Lafayette is accepting more patients right now due to COVID and that Delta variant. So again, one of the examples of things we expect to hear, along with LDH and the vaccination rate across the state. Louisiana is still hovering around that 36% mark, so we expect to get that update today. But since Monday, we hear about 20,000 more Louisiana residents have gotten a vaccine. And if you fall into that category, you're one of those new 20,000 people who've gotten at least one dose, well, good news. You are now eligible for next week's drawing for the Shot at a Million campaign. Today, we are going to learn the winners of the first drawing. So that means one adult is going to win $100,000, a check for that. Your name will go there. And a student will win a $100,000 scholarship. So they're giving away two things today. They picked the names Wednesday, and we're going to anticipate hearing those names later today. Really important, today is that deadline for next week's drawing, as I mentioned. They're going to pick the names again Wednesday, announce them Friday. If you have already registered for this one time, your name will automatically be eligible for each following drawing. They're just going to take the winners out of each week's drawing, so obviously they can't win again. So if you've already registered once, don't worry about registering again because they're going to remove duplicates in it. So once we learn who has won this first round of drawings, well, we're going to let you know. And don't worry, you did not miss the $1 million drawing for the Shot in a Million campaign. That is actually happening in August. So every week in July, they're going to give away $100,000, both in cash and in scholarship forms, and you can register. We've got that story waiting for you right there on the 9 News app. Something else we're anticipating, I don't see a story for it right now, but we're also waiting for state lawmakers to talk about a veto override, a special veto override session. So they voted yesterday, and we are waiting to find out what that vote was, what that count was. They're tallying them up. They were due at midnight. So we're going to see if they will have a session to veto override the governor. The vetoed bills that caused some controversy there is the concealed carry bill, and then the one dealing with transgender rights in sports. So again, as soon as we find out whether that session will happen, we'll let you know. But something else we're following that's actually happening tonight, Callie was live in Zachary this morning, and she was live to talk about the Zachary Downtown Live Summer Series. So she was there at the historic, I believe the historic Village gazebo. They are kicking off their summer live series with the Florida Street Blowhards, and that's happening from 6:30 to 9:30. There's going to be food trucks, live music. You can even go shopping. Something they are asking, though, is for you to leave your pets and ice chests at home. They do not want you to bring those out. So if you plan on heading out to Zachary for the live summer series, you can listen to live music. You're asked to bring your own chair or blanket, or you can stand there if you want. But head on out to Zachary because they're going to have some fun kicking off that series tonight. Happening tomorrow, Governor Edwin Edwards, he will lie in honor at the state capitol, and he's going to do that between 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. That's happening tomorrow. This is at the state capitol building, and this is for public viewing. Of course, we've been talking about this most of the week, especially the early part. Governor Edwin Edwards, Louisiana's only 4-term governor who served at every level of government, local, state, national, along legislative, judicial, executive. He's done all of it. 93 years old. He passed away on Monday. He will lie at the state capitol, again, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. They're asking people to come on by, but do not bring anything larger than a small purse for security reasons. If you've not been vaccinated, you're probably encouraged to wear a mask. But they are going to have a private service for the former governor on Sunday, but this is for family only. So if you are a member of the public and you'd like to pay your final respects, this is going to happen tomorrow. Apparently his body will be carried by a horse-drawn carriage from the state capitol down 4th Street to North Boulevard to the old state capitol on Sunday, which is where that private ceremony is going to be. And he's going to be escorted with a law enforcement motorcade and the Southern University Marching Band. So another heads up for you, if you plan on traveling in and around downtown Baton Rouge on Sunday between the state capitol and the old state capitol, just know that a few roads are going to be blocked off between that time. I would expect from at least 9 a.m. to noon. So just be aware that that is going to be happening tomorrow and then on Sunday. Something else happening tomorrow in East Baton Rouge. Mayor President Sharon Weston Broome of EBR here, she is declaring tomorrow as Law Enforcement Day. So if you'll remember, July 17th actually marks the 5-year anniversary of that awful ambush on law enforcement officers here in Baton Rouge there on Airline Highway. And so tomorrow, how fitting is it that she's declaring tomorrow Law Enforcement Memorial Day. She thanked all of our law enforcement officers for their service and, of course, every day laying their lives on the line for everyday citizens. So that is happening tomorrow here in East Baton Rouge Parish. And as you kind of map out not only your plans tonight, maybe tomorrow and Sunday, something you're going to want to keep an eye on is the weather. Same story. I know it's kind of like Groundhog's Day over and over again, but the rain chances do increase today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Steve was a little bit optimistic, thinking that we wouldn't have as high of rain chances, but they are going into at least 60% even by midday today, like 2 p.m., 3 p.m., and then into tonight. So if you're planning on heading to the Zachary Live Concert Series, bring an umbrella, make sure you bring maybe even a poncho, and just have the weather app. He says not to cancel any of your weekend plans, and that's just because he doesn't want you to feel like you have to stay inside the whole time. In fact, if we pull up, this is probably a better way to look at the 10-day forecast. You can see we're expecting much higher rain chances throughout the weekend and in the early part of next week. So again, if you plan on washing your car this weekend, you may want to hold off at least towards the end of next week when we start seeing those rain chances drop a little bit. And let's see what else we've got to show you. If we can pull up future radar here, some of those storms are already bubbling up in our part of the world, parts of our viewing area, in fact. And so he was tracking some of that in lower South Louisiana as well, towards the Atchafalaya River Basin and all those places. So just be aware, it's not going to be anything too crazy severe. Just have the WAFB weather app handy. And that's going to be your best resource to find out when that rain is going to move in through your neighborhood. And as you continue to plan your weekend, we still have something here on WAFB Plus, The Louisiana Weekend, airing at 3 p.m. today. It's going to be right here on WAFB Plus. If you've got a Roku device, an Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, if you are trying to figure out, well, where should I eat for dinner tonight, or maybe this weekend, or somewhere I've wanted to try, go ahead and tune in at 3 o'clock. So our team is rounding out some of the best places you can try. They always do a good job of finding out what looks good, and they have the best job. They get to try it for you and tell you how it is. We have an entire website devoted to that, thelouisianaweekend.com, where you can check out what could be your new favorite for dinner. So in the meantime, I hope you have a great Friday. Again, we're going to let you know when we find out who the winners are of that lucky Shot for a Million vaccine campaign. So make sure you have your 9 News app handy. But in the meantime, have a good day. I'll see you Monday.